Thompson. I'm a professor at USC. I do a few other things besides, and I'm here mostly because Ethan invited me to come in and talk. So
I'm Salli Saffioti, and I'm appearing on Combat Radio for my third or fourth time, I think.
I'm Savannah Coates. I'm one of the managers at the Pizza Press.
I'm Chandler Coates, DJ, married to one of the managers at Pizza Press.
And my name is Dara Malecki. I'm the owner of the Pizza Press.
I'm Eric Mark. I'm an occasional co-host on Combat Radio.
My name is Erin Fitzgerald. I do cartoon and video game voices, and I come to this show to see Ethan and hang out and have a good time.
My name is America Young. I do voiceover, stunts, and directing. And this is my first time on the show, but I've been having a really good time.
Hi, I am Tim Stevenson, and I am the entertainment director for the Santa Clarita Storm Girls.
Stephanie Abrams, and I'm one of the Storm Girls.
And I'm Eddy Garcia, and I'm a co-choreographer with Tim Stevenson, that guy over there.
My name is Mel Crosby. I'm here at Combat Radio. The host, Ethan, is a good friend of mine.
I'm Jeremy Crutchley. I'm an actor, a musician, and he is not.
I'm not Jeremy Crutchley. I'm Alan Committee. I'm a stand-up comedian, producer, writer, director, and part-time philanthropist.
And wearer of loud check shirts. Look,
Yeah,
look,
exactly.
there's a theme.
There is a theme, yeah.
I'm Shrika.
I'm Danny. And I'm Steve. We are the Angry Arcade, and we are here because we are here to tell the world about our band and our music.
Hey, my name's Steve Severs. I'm the co-creator, writer, animator, and producer for Super Pirate Booty Hunt, the animated web series / comic book.
What am I doing here? That's a very good question.
You said it would be an easy question.
What I personally do is I own a website called Kung Fu Movie Matters.
I do cartoon voices and video game voices for a living, but I like to come and hang out with Ethan all the time because it's really fun, and he always puts me to work, so there's something to do.
We are promoting our latest release, Super Pirate Booty Hunt, the documentary, which is now released on Matriarch TV app on iTunes. You can rent, and it's kind of like VH1's behind the music, but we do it behind the animation. So follows my 9-year journey, going ups and downs, being an independent animator.
I've been here before. I don't know where he even found out about me, but he said he wanted me on the show, and I did it. I've done it once or twice before, and so happy to be here.
We are serving you guys fantastic pizza.
We brought the party.
And music.
Yeah.
Here to tell a little bit on radio about the solo show Sacred Elephant, which we want to eventually bring to LA if we can.
I'm here to co-host, be part of the party that goes on and have discussion and conversation about performing arts, movies, television, theater, the world, and life.
What am I doing here? I got dragged into Combat Radio about 3 years ago, and Ethan, the legend that he is, we've actually done a lot of good charity stuff and a lot of work with homeless kids and veterans and all that kind of stuff, and it's I guess one of the gifts of celebrity that you're able to do something. And so I also dragged Adrian Paul into this because he's got a thing called the Peace Fund. And what I like about that type of charity work is that you actually see the end result of what you're doing.
What I'm doing here is an unusual situation in that I'm a co-producer with Jeremy. We're both South Africans. Jeremy has immigrated and now lives in beautiful Los Angeles. I'm kind of in the process of doing that. But for the moment, as a native South African, I'm visiting here, and we're trying to put together his one-man show, Sacred Elephant, which is an extraordinary piece written by Heathcote Williams and fantastically performed by this man.
And directed by Jeffrey Hyland.
Yeah, and this piece is kind of, we're trying to find it, its place here in Los Angeles. So coming here this morning to Combat Radio, part of that was just making some connections and chatting about the piece in what seems initially, and probably mistakenly, as quite an informal environment, but it seems to me like there's a lot of passion in that room.
It's funny that the name is Combat Radio because to me,
there's nothing combat about Ethan. He's a love ball doing good for the planet and does amazing things, and he gets things in motion that other people talk about but never actually do.
Define combat radio. I think combat radio is more of a movement, actually, than a radio show.
Oh, I have no idea. Not a clue.
Is it definable, combat radio?
I've had people do it.
Goodness gracious.
Define combat radio. Alan.
My perception is that I've known Ethan, I think, for about a year and a half, and the definition of combat radio is Ethan. I enjoy the conversations. I enjoy being part of it because he somehow attracts, well, I can see why he attracts interesting people.
You know, combat radio is really a community, and it's built around, you know, the show, but it's also got so much to do with giving back to the community. And I think that a big part of it, certainly from Ethan's perspective, is making sure that we're entertaining, that we're informative, but that we're also, you know, a part of the broader community. And when I say that, it's you know, it's both listeners, it's people who are potentially in need, and it's also people who want to come together and, you know, as cliche as this might sound, make the world a better place. And I think that, you know, from that perspective, I feel proud and honored to be a part of it.
Well, the last few times I've been here, what I've found really, really awesome is I've gained a lot of knowledge just sitting in a room with all these creative people. It's been pretty, like, fantastic. And I'm a movie buff, but sitting in a room with people that have actually made some really classic pieces of film has just expanded my brain. Like, I would text him and I'm like, you don't even know right now, dude. It's blowing my mind. Because I get quiet in there because I just want to hear the stories. It's like, it's fantastic.
Yeah, we're newbies.
What is combat radio, Steve?
What is combat radio?
It is a place where
Tell us what combat radio is.
some guy calls you because he sees you in a spacesuit, and he's like, come to my studio. I don't even know who you are. Just come over, bring the spacesuit. And it's cool because, you know, he just grasps onto young artists or anything else, and he wants, if he likes what you're doing, he's going to put you out there. And I think that's what combat radio is. Plus, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, that works. That works also. Plus, call him. So, yeah.
Ethan is a cool guy. Combat radio for us, or for me, Ethan is the type of dude who's very giving, cool dude. He'll put you on the spot, have you speaking on the radio, talking about yourself, even when you're not ready to do it or want to do it. That's happened to me. He does fundraisers, charities for other people. That's the thing that I really like about it. He's also a good guy. I've ate at his house before, and he treats you like family.
Combat radio is awesome radio. I'm amazed that all the stuff Ethan's brought in, all these big people he brings in, and he still brings in like independent people like myself to help promote. That's just really cool.
In my limited experience, it's kind of free form. It's a lot of fun. You never quite know what's going to be thrown out, and so it's fun. It's always an adventure. You never know what's going to come up.
I feel like I'm just one of the tiny little army of soldiers he has gathered to do good in the universe, and I'm so grateful to get to be a part of that and play with him. He's amazing.
So maybe he's combative towards, like, evil.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I would define combat radio as immediate, accessible, combative.
Yeah, combative in the energy and the...
In the shadowy outline of Ethan Dettenmaier. And I make suggestions in my hands like this. This is actually Ethan's shape.
Right.
In a kind of
And his
plasma
body?
kind of.
Oh, right, in that kind of plasma, yeah.
Mentally.
Dettenmaier is a great name as well, isn't it? It has...
It is. It's annoying
resonates.
almost, you know, when you have hard to pronounce names like
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Jeremy Crutchley.
Crutchley,
Don't
yeah.
you- Ethan Dettenmaier. I'm going to be.
It's compatible. It is
I think
compatible.
we're going to do a week of name swaps.
And I love the edginess and the realness of everything. You know, everybody's just really just sitting there and talking and just being really honest about everything. It's been awesome.
Combat radio is like a gathering of artistic people from all different warps of life that come together and find a common thread because of Ethan.
It was awesome. It was just combat radio was a new experience. Obviously, it just all of a sudden you're just comfortable. You're sitting there, you're just having a great time, and before you know it, it's out of break. And you're like, oh wow, this is what it was. So, I mean, from no expectations to great expectations, great plugs, great vibe. I was really into it.
Yeah, but he
Or
talks.
bad,
He
or-
likes to talk like he's like, but he's just a love ball. You know what I mean? Like he talks tough and he knows all these tough dudes. Like he'll bring in all these big, mean looking, and they're all just a bunch of love balls, especially on the inside.
Well, when you look like that, you don't have to be big and scary because everyone's already like, oh.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So that allows
Yeah.
you to be a love ball, as you put it.
And you're right. It probably in this day and age, combat just to let that space to do good, just in an honest way. No, a lot of people are doing good, but it's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're gonna create this charity, but it's really gonna be for us, scratch our own backs, kind of thing. Everything Ethan does, it's unconditional. He doesn't expect anything in return. He's not doing it for himself.
This was my first time on the show, and in this, 20 minutes that we've been here, he already mentioned 6 fundraisers that he was doing for somebody with brain cancer, for homeless kids, for all these different organizations. He just mentions them off, and he's got something scheduled every week. So that I was amazed. I wasn't expecting that.
It's like having all your favorite food on one plate. With every week, you're getting appetizers of different people coming in, and you're just being around amazing people. Combat radio to me is like, the mecca of everyone coming together on all fronts and all different parts of the business.
Family dinner.
Yeah.
Big family dinner.
You've been here one day, but
I have.
But what does it seem like to you?
It was just like they said. It's just like a family. Like you're just saying hello to your relatives. You know what I mean? They brought you in, made you feel comfortable, and just talk like you would around dinner.
Combat radio is like being at a dinner party with 3 or 4 people that you've always wanted to sit around a dinner table and go, what do you really feel about this? How did you feel about that? What happened then? And so it's like being a guest, an eavesdropper. It's a private party with people that, if you could have 4 people that you would love to hear just rap amongst themselves or ask them questions. And so that concept of having a show which the audience is a part of, but people are saying things that they would never say in any other environment, or as Jeremy just said, because somebody asked them a question that you hadn't thought about before, that is I think that's what makes it entertaining. So it's more of a social event, more of a social interactive experience than just a radio show.
Yeah. No, it feels that way as a guest. I think the first time I came on here, I felt, certainly more cautious, and then gradually became less guarded with it. And I thought, oh, this is really nice. Yeah, this is. You got to let your guard down, because we often have to be so careful about
what you say.
Wow, yeah, and I think
I'll give
a lot of discretion is required in our business. But it's. I get hugely entertained. I'm a fan of everyone else. So, like today, Harrison Ellenshaw is on there.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it?
And last week, Leon Vitali, who works so closely with Kubrick, and I just wanted to shut up and listen to him. But it's very much that kind of friends around the dinner table.
Kind of melting pot of.
It's everything for everyone.
It is everything for everyone. I love
It's,
it. I'm a little in love with, and I don't even know him. I'm a little in love with him.
I don't know. There's a thing about him for I think it's something to do with that strong logo T-shirt. Other men respond and go, "Yeah, I want to be like you."
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm strong in myself, so I don't fall under that.
I'm not
trend.
strong in myself.
It's
How you
I define combat radio as elusive to define, but it's kind of it's the shape of your mind.